Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. Wargame Red Dragon. The invasion of South Korea is well underway as our forces have successfully defended Seoul against repeated North Korean and Chinese attacks. We then just finished up a defense of this region, so if you're new around here, make sure you check out the playlist for this full campaign in Wargame Red Dragon. This campaign taking place in 1992, where North Korea is again trying to invade South Korea, and Chinese forces and Soviet forces are here to assist them in order to try to kick all of these forces into the sea and make the Korean Peninsula united under the North Korean flag. Good to have you all here. We're going to get started then for the Battle of Chuncheon. The most important thing here is to hold sectors that have strategic values, and it looks like the enemy does have some A51 or A5I bombers here, which actually have, yes, they have cluster bombs on board, so we'll need to watch out for that, as well as enemy anti-aircraft and enemy tanks. So let's see if we can possibly lend any sort of reinforcement hand. I don't think we can do that in this instance, so we'll be stuck here in defending that region on our own. So again, if you want to see more of this content, again, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here to see a full playthrough. We'll be against some very advanced T-72Ms and also some aircraft here, so this is going to be a rather losing battle for the South Korean forces, but we will try to hold as best we can. The most important thing here for us is to make sure that we get several anti-aircraft guns up right away in order to shoot down enemy aircraft once they're spotted, and try to not only get them to panic by firing at them with the shells, the rounds, but also to fire at them with missiles to completely destroy them. Next important thing is to try to hold peninsulas or areas or small choke points that are valuable in both points and also in reinforcement zones. For example, over here on the left side, you see the 2 Seoul area. We're going to hold that with one of our tanks. We're also going to call out what unfortunately is our M48A5Ks, and I say that because they're no match for what the North Koreans will throw at us for their battle. We're going to go ahead and call out 12 of those. I'm going to call out also recon units to keep an eye on enemy forces, and also do the same on the right side to make sure the enemy does not sneak around with their tanks and try to flank us. We could try to destroy command units that will try to take command of these sectors and give them more political points, more morale, that type of thing. We don't want that to happen. So let's go ahead and call out some more tanks, see if we can call out 4 of these. I think that's a good total there. And also we do have some shoulder-launched AA in terms of Mistrals, but I don't think it's going to be so good against enemy aircraft. So we'll probably call out another one of those, or perhaps a supply truck. We already have 2 of those, so let's call out another surface-to-air missile launcher here, the M727 IHawk, which should shoot down North Korean fighters, or bombers in this case, fighter bombers. So without further ado, let the battle begin for Chuncheon. Let's go. All right, a lot of enemy forces already spotted there. Looks like a lot of enemy tanks, and it looks like Shilka's moving along as well. Unfortunately, we just have these M48 AK-5s to fight against with the enemy, and it's not going to be too good for us. Here we go. Already spotted T-72Ms coming down the road. Multiple T-72Ms. Lots of fire going on those guys right away. Beautiful. 1 tank eliminated already. 2 tanks eliminated. All right, maybe wow, we've actually shredded the entire... Whoa. We've shredded an entire T-72 convoy, and the enemy's breaking off, getting fired at immediately by those IHawks. Beautiful, baby. Let's see if we can get a kill. And another anti-aircraft kill, or at least our first one. You have got to be kidding me. That is incredible. M48, I underestimated you. My deepest apologies. Wow. I was not expecting us to get any sort of kills here. Let's pull back into a defensive stance now. The enemy's going to have to really break out, and we need to get some of our tanks repaired. We have not taken a single loss, but we've taken some big damage. Let's get reinforcements over to those guys ASAP. But first, let's try to bring in some additional tanks. I think we have 4 here that we can call out on this side. The enemy seems to be wanting to go down that crossroads to the left, so let's keep an eye on them. Let's get our recon up and our tanks, try to flank them right away. That's going to take most of our, unfortunately, most of our munitions points there is for repairs, and it looks like the enemy is trying to advance with tanks to our tank here, our command tank. All right, we need to get into a position immediately and stop that tank, those tanks from pushing through. Enemy aircraft. I heard missiles fired. Oh, it looks like ATGM's actually firing at us. It looks like a possible. Looks like an ATGM vehicle there destroyed. And it looks like enemy aircraft getting shot down yet again. Multiple enemy aircraft down. And right over the anti-aircraft guns. The North Koreans losing all of their aircraft. Beautiful. Only killing a few of our tanks. T-72Ms here. All right, let's see if we can get the pincer move on these guys. Multiple T-72Ms. Let's have these guys go into battle now. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be a losing battle for us. as we are now low on tanks. Seems like, yeah, we don't want this tank to move. Stay put there. Let's have these M48s coming over here. 17 minutes remain on the battle. You can call in another 4 of these tanks. Let's build up and wait for the enemy to come in. It's been an incredible attack for us against enemy aircraft. We now need to get these anti-aircraft guns out of here. There's no need for them to be here any longer. Beautiful. Friendly tanks are firing. T-72Ms are panicked. Let's go ahead and take a close look at these tanks as they're taking hits. North Korean tanks trying to do their best against us. Crazy amounts of fire coming in to destroy those tanks. They're going to outnumber us shortly. We need to get these anti-aircraft units out of here. More T-72s coming in. They're going to wipe us out shortly. Way too many T-72Ms. I don't want command units. I want regular tanks. Alright, we're starting to lose IHawks now. Alright, unfortunately, those have been destroyed. They're moving away too quickly. Let's go ahead and see if we can flank these guys. Looks like they're panicked up here. We might be able to destroy most of those tanks. Alright, it's an interesting battle now against the North Koreans. They have much more morale than we do, but they've taken a lot more losses, too. We've lost 2 of our heavy anti-aircraft batteries, the missile launchers. But it looks like the North Koreans are looking for targets. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. ASAP. Let's go ahead and move our command unit. Trying to stay stealthy with the North Koreans now. And perhaps we can move into the Kaesong capture and knock them out. We actually have tanks over here too, so now that all their tanks are out on the field running towards us, let's try to flank them now and see what we can do about capturing some of their tanks. Alright, looks like Objective Delta has been captured and then lost for a split second. Enemy tanks are going to have us for dinner here in just a second. Instack one and dunning on multiple tanks. There we go. Head that direction. I see an enemy command unit moving down here. Let's go ahead and see if we can cut that command unit off. Alright, let's move fast into the Kaesong capture. Big battle against enemy tanks here. This is pretty incredible. I didn't realize there were more tanks on top of us. Alright, we need to defend the command unit here. Looking for an enemy commanded Echo. And moving in fast to Kaesong. Enemy aircraft here destroyed. We may lose this sector, but we're buying some valuable time. A lot of enemy tanks destroyed. And it perhaps looks as if we've possibly found, yep, enemy command vehicle. Alright, let's keep pushing up here. Let's see if we can find the rest of them. Beautiful, hitting transports in the flank. Enemy holds 90% of the points needed here. Transports, Shilka's out in the open. They unfortunately destroyed a command unit out there. Alright. We can have a total victory here today if we cut off their forces at Kaesong. It's very close. We just need to hide from their tanks while we do a good flank and spank here. Try to find their command unit and eliminate it. Enemy command unit was out here somewhere. Alright, very intense moment here. Okay, I don't know what else we have for reinforcements. We can capture the enemy FOB. Oh, T-72M's coming up from behind. Let's go ahead and capture the FOB. Cut that off from the North Koreans. Ooh, enemy moving their command vehicle. T-72M on the road. More than likely going to get a kill here. And ending the battle for the North Koreans. Nope. Wow, enemy command vehicle spotted over here. That's going to be destroyed. North Koreans having a horrible day, though they've outflanked us and outmaneuvered us. We kind of still have most of the battlefield under our command. At least more than them. And our, unfortunately, our anti-aircraft units running out of ammunition there. And the battle ending for the North Koreans as they've destroyed something. Multi-role squadron eliminated. North Koreans' ability to drop bombs on us has been crippled, and losing a huge number, half of their T-72Ms. Incredible. Losing, let's see, on our side, 23 tanks to their 11, but really knocking them out hardcore. Look at that. This is ending in a major defeat. I would declare otherwise. Enemy's losses. Look at the amount of T-72Ms that have been lost here today, including the aircraft. Or actually, rather, these are our losses here on the left, but their losses of a ton of T-72s, Shilkas, and command units, as well as all of their aircraft. Absolute victory right there, I would say instead, because we've destroyed one of their entire abilities to fight from the air, and we're not backing down. So a good victory there, I'd say. Sometimes the game just kind of misleads you with victories or whatnot, but we'll see. Air Command to U.S. Forces Korea. The SR-71 Blackbirds of the 9th Reconnaissance Wing have been redeployed in Okinawa, and they're launching their first observation flights. From now on, we are your eyes. Understood. All right, we now have observation flights over North Korea. Good. And the enemy pushing now even further into our territory. We're detecting 2 helicopter-borne enemy regiments over the Yellow Sea. The North Koreans want to circle your defenses by attacking from the coast. Our forces run the risk of being taken from the rear. Over. Looks like they're going to try to make naval landings here, which they should not be permitted to do so. Oh, it looks like it's helicopter landings. We've also identified Russian T-90Ss in the midst of several North Korean units. One of these units is crossing the border as we speak. These tanks are superior to anything we have in Korea right now. Message received. All right. Well, the North Koreans are pushing even harder, and it looks like Naval Sector Kilo is going to be in for a real fight again. And it looks like the North Koreans want to go in for yet another fight with T-72Ms and more aircraft now. I don't think we're going to have the ability to fight them here, and we might need to pull out of the battle. For this instance, we really don't have anything to fight these guys at all. Just 9 tanks. We can cause some major damage, but I think we might want to pull back from here. So let's go ahead and see if we can retreat south. Let's go ahead and retreat then, and try to save those units. There we go. And they'll retreat to the airfield just next to Seoul. No need to lose those regiments as the North Koreans are receiving way too many reinforcements. First Armored Regiment here. We actually have access to K1 tanks. Now we have something that we can fight the North Korean tanks with versus Type 59s. This is a battle we want to fight. Let's go ahead and launch it then and hold the enemy down. We want to put our heel on their neck and never let go. All right, looks like we've got ourselves 1 point here. It's Sokcho. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can have our tanks steamroll down there. And we should have looked a little bit more thoroughly at what they have for aircraft, but we'll go ahead and make sure we call out anti-aircraft capabilities. We have 4 tanks in our disposal. We have a Vulcan gun. That's good. What else do we have? Yes, our KA-FV-90s. Yeah, we're going to make a big, large tank unit here and push in as hard as possible. Meanwhile, we're going to try to hold the town here with the infantry that we have, just in case the enemy comes in from the flank here. So let's go ahead and put... actually, let's split that group into 2 groups of 2. And we're going to go ahead and put them there and there. And then we should actually have access to Stingers, just in case they have helicopters or whatnot. Recon, that type of thing. And I think we want ourselves a recon unit, just in case. We'll go ahead and put one there. And we should... Let's see, look elsewhere on the battlefield for reinforcements. Let's go ahead and put a infantry group here. And if we have a recon group that can defend them, it doesn't look like we have anything. But that's okay. We'll be attacking from this section. Alright, what else do we want to bring down? Oh, we actually have a tank to defend with as well. That's good. Any other areas are not so valuable. Well, yeah, no, they're not very valuable as much. We do have artillery at our disposal. We have enemy or tanks to pound the enemy with as well. I think the mortars might be effective, so let's bring them up here and see if we can fire down on the enemy. And our vehicles will be effective too. Some of these recoilless rifles to help defend the infantry squad should be rather effective. Alright, I think we are ready to go into battle then. If there's no other infantry we can call out, except for engineers, which are useful in towns, but useless anywhere else, that will be good. That's fine with me. No air support, so let's get into the battle. Alright, we're going to go ahead and push down into the enemy territory. Drop off these groups here. Perfect. Alright, we've got all groups accounted for. We'll just move this group here. KV-25s are going to go over this direction. Should be able to take cover in the trees. Alright, very good. Alright, and a recon element there. Keep watch over the enemy that may come down the road. Alright, we're going to try to flank through here through the forest and eliminate any enemy units. Again, our morale is low. We are supposed to be losing these battles. We're supposed to be pushed back. The South Koreans should be taken off completely by surprise, and the overwhelming forces of North Korea and its allies should be obviously overwhelming. So we're not meant to have a good time here yet so far. I already see enemy units being engaged. Ah, beautiful. TO-55's coming in. Lots of enemy tanks. Lots and lots of enemy light tanks down there. Thank goodness we have our recon with us. K1 is a perfect tank to call out in order to eliminate Type 59s. Seems like everything's going to be stuffed into that forest. I can't figure out where else to put them. Enemy seems to be flanking over this direction. I don't know why. There's no capture points there or anything of value. There we go, another enemy tank destroyed. We're going to run out of ammunition. Recon unit destroyed. Oh wow, looks like the enemy is actually flanked us somehow. And an overwhelming amount of ATGMs coming in. Wow, look at those ATGMs and artillery. Okay, let's get some tanks up the road here. We're going to go ahead and attack now. Get all those units and come in from this flank. The hell are the Korshuns? Oh yeah, BMPs. Oh man, they've got overwhelming forces here. Bongchosu enemy infantry in the open. They got about 80 men there in the field. Alright, napalm troopers there. Alright, we're going to hit the enemy in the flank now with the extra reinforcements we have. And eliminate that artillery. Two of our tanks destroyed. Infantry spotted too. Wow, incredible number of enemy tanks. Okay, reinforcements are on the way. Wow, look at that, how they've enveloped us. At 130 millimeter here. Alright, we need to take out these transports one by one. Korean K1s are comparable to the Abrams in many sense. We need to eliminate those tanks right away. Enemy TO-55 there. Interesting defense. Still holding over here on this side. We've lost our command unit, but the goal here is to delay the enemy as much as possible. I'm looking for an enemy command unit here. Starting to do some real damage to them. Wow, look at those overwhelming numbers. Wow, look at that. Just a convoy of communism rolling up that road. Look at those tanks. Gotta stop those vehicles from getting close. Wow, the slaughter here. We're blocking the road, man. Too much smoke from the North Koreans. Just gotta keep the recon up. Our tanks are gonna run out of ammunition. Hongchosu 40 on the right side, too many of them. Wow, they were within range to finally fire their weapons. Holy crap. Another major victory, not a defeat here. We've destroyed an entire infantry regiment. The North Koreans won't be able to use that again, and now it comes down to tanks. This says major defeat, but again, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do. The kills on the enemy 1330, and the kills on us 900. They've lost a huge number of tanks. Look at the amount of K1s. Look at the amount of destruction on those. All those infantry transports and infantry. An incredible victory yet again for us. And an incredible battle that we now have to fight over here at Juliet. Looks like we've got ourselves a lot of enemy forces against us, but it's really not much more than the Silver Mini, Munas, and a bunch of aircraft. This one could be in the bag rather quickly. Let's go ahead and get this one done. It's going to be a victory for us, I feel. I don't see much in enemy forces aside from the Silver Mini. If we destroy them here, we should have a victory. Let's go ahead and get this one quickly in the bag. And let's see what we have for forces. Oh, maybe it won't be so quick. Actually, Congo at our side. That's good. Silver Mini will have to be destroyed. And let's... Oh, another... Oh, wait. No, just one Congo. Okay. More of these F.A.Qs, which are good, I think. I'm not sure what their... close-in weapon support is, but let's go balls to the wall here and eliminate the Soviet ships as soon as possible. We need to hold some sectors here, so let's go ahead and hold Charlie, which is worth 10. I'll have the ship hop back in the back here, and we'll hold India for reinforcements as well. Should give us some good reinforcements throughout the battle here. And I think what we can do is we'll have Super Hornets come in. We'll just wait for some additional points from them. But actually, what we should do is make sure we have ourselves an LCU nearby just to do some damage there, or at least repair damage. And we should be good. All right, launch the battle. Let's see what happens. All right, Silver Mini immediately getting ready to fire. Tarantula there too. Don't worry about that. His missiles will be shot down quickly. Very good. Our flotilla is holding strong. We're going to wait until we get some ships on board. We're going to pick these helicopters and such off. Did the enemy retreat? Oh. Missile... A shell froze in air. Beautiful. Alright, enemy helicopter spotted there going for the Oliver Hazard parry. He can hold his own against the attack. We're getting 15 reinforcement points here. Soviet Navy, not going to be too much of a challenge here, I feel. But we'll see. Not in this case. Nice to be winning on the sea again. But the enemy seems to have their small victories and we have ours. That KA is probably looking for an OHP that's unattended. But they do have anti-aircraft and anti-missile support. We're going to destroy this... Ooh, actually, look at that. Our morale points are much higher than the enemy. Wow, look at how high their morale is, even though they have one ship left and they're about to lose it. That is incredible. We should be almost okay to move out of Charlie. That's an enemy supply ship. Very good. Enemy ship there destroyed. And we're going to try to now move on the Silver Mini, which is going to fire at us. Incoming missile from the Silver Mini. And shot down. Alright, let's go ahead and make a flotilla there to attack the enemy. Keep our LCU in the rear. We have enough for yet another Super Hornet. And the enemy does have some aircraft around, so we want to watch out for that. Congo can fire 4 missiles. Let's fire now. Alright, let's wait until the Silver Mini is distracted. Gonna call up a Tomcat for air superiority. Alright, we captured an enemy supply vessel. MiG-31s are out. Alright, we're shooting at enemy aircraft from our naval vessels. Enemy aircraft making the mistake of bailing out over our... oh god. Watch it there, Tom Cruise. Alright, Tom Cruise fleeing and GGing. Alright, let's eliminate that ship. Captain killed on the bridge, and there's water ingress, which means they won't be able to move as fast. Finally, a nice advantage over the Russians. And it doesn't look like that helicopter tried to attack us at all. The Super Hornets didn't get hit either, which means that they'll be able to rearm quickly. Chamsuri is getting ready to, or rather the Congo getting ready to fire its harpoons again. Look at all these ships versus one Soviet ship. This bad boy here is holding his own against an entire flotilla. Somebody must have got promoted. I don't see a captain needed on the bridge any longer. Let's go ahead and have 3 ships come in from over here on the flank. When the Congo fires its missiles again. Can you fire the harpoons again? Su-27Ks are coming out. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. Oh, MiG-31 flying right over our air defense again. Wow, and one of them actually getting popped on its way out. Unfortunate. And a Pohang getting instacked. That's a little unfair. Computer calling out its aircraft before it even... Should have never been able to see those ships, unfortunately. Interesting, but not how it should actually go down. I don't know where all those aircraft came from, but they shouldn't have been able to target that until they saw us, for sure. Let's get Silver Mini ready to be popped here. I don't understand why the Harpoon's taking 45 minutes to fire from the Congo. Alright, missile systems are almost done here. Alright, big loss on that F-18. The ship is panicked. It shouldn't be able to fight back any longer. Alright, you're out of ammunition. Pull back. You too. Alright, Pohangs are getting into a closer range here. Tomcat should be able to shoot down the Su-27s. And if we can shoot down the MiG-31, that'd be great. We'll lead it over the flotilla. Beautiful. Enemy aircraft destroyed. That's what should have happened before. This enemy ship should have been destroyed 40 minutes ago, but you can see how difficult it is to kill a Silver Mini even when you outnumber it. Wow, we're out of everything. Unsinkable. How the hell can you guys not hit that thing? Come on, baby, we gotta sink him. Almost there. So much for overwhelming him with missiles. I guess we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Finally, the enemy ship destroyed. Wow, after the loss of one F-18, we can replenish that, but surface ship division has been destroyed, which means they no longer are a threat in the sea. We just need to worry about all the fighter squadrons, which took some losses too. They're down to just a few aircraft in several sections, and actually we stole some of their supplies too, which is a huge benefit for us. So the Russians embarrassingly have to retreat, but now we have to fight a bunch of Udaloys and a few other, wow, very dangerous aircraft, or ships in this case. The MiG-29s will be a real fight too. We'll see how it goes. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next episode for more naval battles here. Eventually, North Korea will stop their attacks, and it'll be on us to push all their forces out in the coming days. And once that's been completed, then we'll go ahead and fight them again, and we'll take over North Korea. It's coming. We'll get authorization to invade North Korea and end it once and for all. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.